Good morning, everybody. My name is Richard Tuttle. I'm the band director at Ada Borup School. And it is the 27th of October. Whoa, what a morning. Just to let you know, be careful when you're out there. I was in the parking lot, just stepped out of my Durango and went, whoo, right on the ground. Thankfully, I didn't hurt anything except my pride. So just take your time when you're driving. There's a lot of ice out there on the roads. Well, let's get to the announcements. We have at 8 o'clock our full band for 5th grade practice, and that will be, I think we're working on Stage 5 and Tuttle Christmas, getting ready for the Christmas concert. 5th hour, we're going to continue what we've been doing all week, is pounding that fall concert, especially the Armed Forces Salute, which the transitions are just really tricky. And then for full band 8th hour, we're going to work on the concert. We made a lot of progress on Shadows Unleashed, which is great, and real proud of the progress our students have made this week. I'm wearing a jersey for Cougars. It's been college week, but I think today is like school pride day. Anyway, I like to wear my Cougar jersey. All right, a couple things that are not pertaining to today. Sorry, I was eating dark chocolate almonds. I don't usually eat breakfast, but it's the staff day today is Fat Friday, I think it's called, where people bring potluck for lunch. So I thought I'd treat myself a little bit to some dark chocolate with my coffee. What was I getting to? Okay, yes. So, a couple things. This schedule for tournament Pep Band, member tournament Pep Band is optional. You sign up for it. It's not mandatory. And if you want to know what's going on, you need to sign up for Remind, because that will send alerts right to your phone. And to sign up is really simple. You just text to 81010. That's the number that you text to. And then in the message, you just put what you want to join. Like for football Pep Band, it'd be at FBPEP, at FBPEP. For volleyball, it's at VBPEP. So real simple way, it goes to, these messages go to your phone, and then once the season is done, like once football Pep Band and volleyball Pep Band tournaments are done, I wipe out the roster. So I don't keep it. No one knows your number. You know, it's a real great way to communicate. So that's the Remind thing, to remind you to sign up for Remind. The other thing is for the high school students who have signed up for the trip to Chicago. We have 25 students signed up and 2 adults. And it took me a lot of work to figure out how we could afford that with a small group, you know, what all the numbers would be and everything. And so after a lot of working with the money, I came up with a way to do it that is, I think, equitable, fair, and so I sent an email out. If you didn't receive an email, that's probably because your student isn't going to Chicago. I have 25 students, and you should have received an email. Shows how we did the checking account. It gives you where you can find your student's own information, because I put that in there. Every student in band has their own spreadsheet, and you can search that on Google Drive. I share it with each student. I share with their parent and them, if provided I have their email address. So it's an easy way that you can see specific information. I didn't send like all the information for every person. I individualize it, and it pops right in there in their spreadsheet. So you can see exactly what you owe or if you're getting a refund. The individual cost is $815 per person. And what I did for the refund is I refunded any amount that you actually paid in yourself. If you have more money, than that. So using that, I took and refunded people who paid in already, and because you can't get refunded for fundraising, because the fundraising stays with the band and it stays with the tour. So we can't refund you money that you fundraise. This is the band checking account, just so you know, is audited every year. So this account, just like all the different accounts at the school, is under a lot of I don't know if scrutiny is the right word, but anyway, we are audited every year. So we have to explain where everything is going, and so that's what I thought I'd explain in this video, a little bit of how we did that. So check your sheet. If you're paid in full, there's a lot of you that are. You're paid in full. That means that you don't have to make any payments, and especially if you're receiving a refund, that means that you're paid in full, because I wouldn't refund you if you still owed money on it. And then we were able to share enough money. We had enough in our savings, because it's such a small group, that we were able to share $600 with everybody that's going on the trip. And so that made it very cost effective. See, the problem is, if like students start, when people drop out, we're chartering a bus that seats, I think, 52 people, well, around 50 we'll say. That cost is the same whether we have 20 people or 50 people. So if people drop out, then it makes it more expensive, which makes more people drop out. So that's why now, like for a person coming in with this small of a group, even though the cost is $815, the actual out-of-pocket will be roughly $205, because we have enough shared money in the account. And in the future, what we're going to do for the tour to make it easier for me and for everybody, and also that it will be easier to audit, is that we will do fundraising in the band checking account for a specific tour. All right, and it won't be like an HSA that can live with you forever. I mean, it's for that tour, and if you don't go on the tour, then that stays with the band, and we'll have a non-refundable deposit that we'll use, and that will hopefully make it a lot simpler, so people don't just come in and come out, because it changes the price every time my roster changes. Then I got to figure out, okay, now how much is it per person? So in 2022, that'll be our next trip to Chicago. That's how we'll fundraise for it. It'll be just for that trip, just for those people going. If you raise more money than what it costs, you will be refunded what you put in, up to that amount that you actually put in. And so hopefully that will make things easier. And if you do have any questions on that, please let me know. Just wanted to explain how that process works. All right, so we covered the Chicago tour. We covered the Remind for Tournament Pep Band. Next week is the end of the first quarter. Can't believe it. We have a performance test for both the high school and the middle school. I will be including that over the weekend. And the students should know what that is. They can check if they check their spreadsheet, it's right in there under performance tests. And we'll be doing that next week. My band announcements I'm not issuing until over the weekend when I have more information, because there's a girls game Friday night, and that will affect, a victory affects what we do next week. For the football team tomorrow, a victory tomorrow affects next week. So I've got to wait till after the football game, and then I will have a better idea of what my schedule is and send that out. I don't want to confuse people thinking, okay, this is what's going to happen, and then change it. So I'm going to wait till late Saturday afternoon, and I will send out my next week's announcements. All right, that was a lot of stuff. As always, if you have any questions, please email me at the school, or you can go to my website, tuttlemusic.com. You can find me on Facebook or on Twitter, and I'd be glad to answer your questions. Go Cougars on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Cougars.